live here on Google, you can't see the chat. I don't get it, but I have to like load my own screen and have a different page up to see the chat.
Yeah.
Kind of stupid. Give me a second.
My player pool's super small, so
yeah, I don't even know if we'll go like a full hour, depending on. I don't know how many people are going to actually have questions.
Yeah, I mean, some of the people are every day, like they're not like DFS grinders. They're more like
let's get this set up here. What's up, guys? Hold on, I can't see the chat at all.
You can see it. You can't see it. I can see it.
I can see the chat on the side, but when people type, it doesn't show up there until after the video is live. Like, I never see it. It makes no sense. So I have to put it up here. And then the chat's different. So, all right, if you guys, oh, good morning, Miss J. So if you guys can hear us, can you give us a 1 in the chat real quick? Just to make sure. So we are live here on YouTube. We are live on twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp. Let me link that as well. You can actually see my screen on there on Twitch. What's up, DJ? So you can see my screen there. I was talking to him earlier. We're probably 45 minutes to an hour show is probably all we've got today. Not a lot. I mean, there's a lot to go over with people who are out, but there's not a huge player pool that you want to play. This is an ugly week. Next week, see, like 4 games. I don't even know what we're going to do yet. So it's starting to dwindle down, but we've been – I don't know about you, Houston, but what have you been scoring on NBA? Because I've been hitting 350 on both FanDuel and DraftKings the past 3 nights.
Yeah, I mean, like 350, 360. I would have took down like 10,000 the other night when Lonzo Ball was chalk. But Zubac really messed me up. He had like 13 points after having averaged like between 30 and 40.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Remember that night that the Lakers were all chalk?
Yeah, and they all hit pretty much.
Yeah.
What was it, Thursday? Wednesday? Thursday?
I don't know, man. Let me see. It all blends in here. Well, do you have any questions, or you want to?
Yeah, guys. If you have questions, get them asked. Obviously, FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo. I mean, it's kind of. We kind of know what to expect. I mean, a lot of people have been already ruled out. I've got a question on Twitch asking what defense we like today. FanDuel.
Man. I'm really spreading it out on defense. I mean, a lot of these teams are playing like their second string and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Baltimore a little bit. I don't know what they are on FanDuel, but they're only like 29 on DraftKings.
Let me get FanDuel up. You'll deal with DraftKings since I can't load it, and I'll get FanDuel up. But let's see. It's just this week is ugly. I would tell you guys not to play, but I know that y'all are degenerates and you'll play.
Yeah.
But let's see. Baltimore on here. It's going really slow because I have so many tabs open. So, guys, here on YouTube, twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp, you can actually see what I have. I have the fantasy points per position. It's not going to obviously be all correct just because Cam Newton's on there. There's other players that aren't playing today, which sucks. Zeke is out. AB might be out, but he also might be in. We're not 100% sure yet. Michael Thomas is out. Drew Brees is out. Todd Gurley is out. there's just so many people that are out today. So Baltimore's defense is 4,700. So they're pretty high up there.
Okay. They're only like 29 on DraftKings, but they're in a must win spot.
So are the Colts and the Titans, but Mariota's not playing tonight, which is weird. Today, not tonight. So all the games start at noon except for 3. Then the rest start at 3:25. So on the website, what I normally have is I have 2 FanDuel cash lineups and 2 FanDuel GPP lineups. Today I have 1 of each because pretty much all of the games are at the same time. Just a heads up, you got to get creative today. Today is the day you have to get those consistent players, but you also have to be creative because it's one of those days. So, Zach, are you really in a season-long league right now, week 14 or week 17? That sucks. What's up, Sasquatch? So Zach's asking start 3: David Johnson, Elijah McGuire, Adrian Peterson, Lamar Miller, and Christian McCaffrey. $4,500 if you win. Hey, if you win, can I have like $10? It's nuts.
Wow, $4,500 and it goes to week 17. That's crazy.
So out of those, that sucks, Zach. Honestly, McCaffrey, but is he going to play the full game? That's dependent. I still like McCaffrey there. I think you have to go David Johnson because it's his team. If you'll Venmo me $100 if I win, I hope you win. Shit. Okay, it's on me then.
I would just play the guys that got you there. I mean, McCaffrey, you can't not. I don't know. You can't not
David
play
Johnson, McCaffrey, and that just brings it to. I know Elijah McGuire didn't bring you there. I know AP didn't bring you there, and I don't think Lamar Miller brought you there. But out of those 3, Elijah Peterson has to carry the backfield. He splits the backfield. Elijah McGuire is the guy. Lamar Miller is also the guy. But was Lamar out last week hurt? Wasn't he?
Yeah. Alfred Blue started.
So I'm leaning towards Elijah, David Johnson, and McCaffrey here. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if you can drop anybody, but the running back, Washington for New Orleans, he's the only running back left on the depth chart, and he might be available.
He could be, yeah. Morning, Gary. Aaron Jones, Philip Lindsay, Matt Breida. Yeah, it sucks. I think McCaffrey, I mean, I haven't read anything where he's not going to play. Now, whether or not he plays every, normal. I mean, they're not playing for anything, correct? It's not like that's not a must win.
Yeah, they're not playing for anything at all. I mean, it would be the only guy that I'm like really considering up at the top that's not playing for anything is like Saquon.
I got Saquon in all 4 lineups. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's running for Rookie of the Year. I mean, he's got to make a statement here. I think it's either going to be him or Lamar Jackson.
I think I would still go David Johnson and McCaffrey. This sucks that you guys go to week 17 though. Houston defense and Seattle defense. Who's Houston playing again? Let's see. Houston's playing Jacksonville, and it is Blake Bortles back today. And Seattle against Arizona. I got to go Seattle there. Arizona's not good.
Fournette's out too. So
Fournette's out as well. Ugh. Every single play you have, Zach, is a coin flip for me, which sucks. I would probably go. I still like Seattle better. Yeah, week 17. If you can get out of this league, I would not play week 17 next year. You're welcome, Zach. Hopefully, we all win so you can Venmo us because then I'll Venmo him 50 if you have Venmo or PayPal.
Did you see Armstrong's question about Penny for Seattle?
Oh no, I did not. Hold on. What do you
He's
think
asking.
about Rashad Penny? I still would rather. So, are you? Is that FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo?
I like Carson.
Yeah, I have Chris Carson and 3 of my 4 lineups. 2 of my 4 lineups. I would rather have Chris Carson over Penny. I think it's kind of went that way.
How do you feel about the Bears today?
Like the defense or just in general?
Just in general. They're probably going to be watching you're looking at the score at halftime between San Fran and LA. And they could bench their guys, the second half if San Francisco is losing by a lot. It's not close. I don't think I'm going to have any Bears.
Yeah. I have Gabriel in a GPP lineup. Other than that, I don't really have because when you think it's going to be Tariq's day, then Jordan Howard comes out of nowhere,
right?
Or vice versa. But yeah, I have Taylor Gabriel as a GPP. I don't have Trubisky at all. I don't have their defense, which I wouldn't mind their defense, but I mean they're in, so it would be wise for a lot of these teams to bench, or they can say, "Oh, we started this guy and he played 4 downs and that's it."
Yeah, I mean they're in a 3-way. I mean they're in a 3-way tie. The only way they clinch first place is if the Rams somehow lose.
Yeah, I don't see the Rams losing. So yeah, where was I at? There was another question. Matt, season long, I'm up 30 fantasy points on this guy being the last week. In the finals, here are my starters: Aaron Rodgers, Kenyon Drake, Michelle, blah, blah, Ravens defense.
Is Cooper even going to play?
I don't know.
I don't think Cooper's going to play, man. I mean, they're sitting Zeke. They don't have anything to play for. I mean, I like Sonny Michel.
I do too. On your bench, though, you have Jeffrey, Kenny Stills, Nick Chubb, Baker Mayfield.
I like Alshon. They're in a must-win. I'd put Alshon in there instead of Cooper.
I would too. That's what I would do, Matt. Wait, what was the question? Oh, Sasquatch, Samuels, or Rudolph? I'd go Rudolph. Today is ugly, guys. If you're not playing season long, you shouldn't be playing season long. But you will. You're here. But it's just, oh man, today is ugly. That's why we're not gonna go as long as we normally do, because there's really not a ton to go over. If you do have questions, we will answer those. Hopefully, we're able to answer these here. Hopefully, these are ones you are. Hopefully, you guys win if you're still in your season long. If you haven't seen our videos or the videos that I put out in the last week, I won my season long last weekend or last Monday, and I was down 10, and I had Gurley go out and sit for nothing, and then I had Phillip Lindsay and Deshaun Hamilton, and then Lindsay got hurt, and Hamilton, when he got that one touchdown, that was like a 15-yard touchdown, it was over. I could breathe and relax, but I cannot imagine what you guys are going through, especially for 4,500. What's second place then? How much money do you guys like? What the hell? What's your buy-in there, Zach? Do I think James White gets passes with Gordon gone? James White always gets passes. Even with Gordon there, he was getting passes.
Yeah, I mean he always gets passes, but I don't see the Patriots passing a whole lot. I mean, they're like one of the only teams in the NFL that switches their game plan depending on their opponent. And this is a must win. I just see them running the ball like 30 plus times, and Brady maybe throwing like 25 to 30 passes, if that.
Jesus, your buy-in was $500. Holy shit! Pardon my language. That's a huge buy. Or is this the only league you're in? 4,500 in second place is your money back. That's that tearing down is bad.
So
you're welcome. It's Jay.
You want to go over like quarterbacks today, running backs, receivers, tight end?
Let me get this lineup up. I mean, you've got some of the projections, and you've got the ownership a little. I mean, the
ownership. I mean, a little bit. It's been tough with like guys going out and figuring out where that projected ownership is going to spread out to. Like Zeke, I had at like 13%, and then he's not playing. It's just, I mean, we know the top guys. Like Mahomes is probably going to be close to like 20%. Kelsey's probably going to be close to like 15 to 20. McCaffrey, I got it like 14. Keenan Allen, Damian Williams around like 10. Saquon at 10. Jeff Wilson. I think that I think Washington's going to be the highest owned running back like on the slate. I mean, he's the only guy. They don't have anybody else. I mean, unless they're going to put like Taysom Hill in the backfield.
They seem to love to do a lot. There are, what was that question? CJ Anderson, Chris Carson, Damian Williams, Jamal Williams, Kenny Galladay, Robbie Anderson. Look for running back 2 and 2 flex. Other team is stacked and you're up by 7, really needing help. I mean, I think you got to go Chris Carson here. And I would probably put a running back in your flex just to have. I mean, Damian Williams or CJ Anderson. Or no, Jamal Williams is there too.
I think Damian Williams and Spencer Ware are going to split carries.
Spencer Ware is back. So I think it's Carson, Jamal Williams. I think I'd go Carson, Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I mean, if you get down like a bunch of points, you could always put in like Galladay or Anderson. I'm trying to look at like the start times. You know what I mean? Plug in plug in your too late plays as your flex, so then you can
switch it
go
up.
Ahead. Yeah, you can change it if your lineups don't lock. Nick Foles. Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, I was on Nick last week. I had like 33% Nick Foles and like around 35% of Deshaun Watson. So it's a pretty good week last week. But let's see. I like obviously Mahomes and Roethlisberger.
Yep.
And I was just talking about Josh Allen. I really like Josh Allen this week. Last time they played Miami, he was quarterback 2 on the week, finished with 33 DraftKings points, and he really didn't have that great of a game. He threw 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and rushed for like 135 and fumbled. So, I don't know. I really like Allen. I mean, Miami struggled against rushing quarterbacks. So I have a ton of Allen.
The Darno pick with Robbie Anderson last week and Herndon. Like I had those when we were live. Last Friday? Someone was asking a stack. We went that stack. Wasn't that like 75 points between the three? It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was something like that. But I was more on like Foles and Ertz and Aguilar.
Yeah, Ertz went off.
I like Aguilar again this week. I mean, he's playing around like 90% of the snaps. It's just Ertz gets like 30% of the targets there. So 4 running backs.
Corwin, you need 2 running backs and 2 flex. Oh, you need 2 flex positions. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I'd go Carson, Jamal Williams. Well, yeah, I mean, you could go all 4 of your running backs in. I didn't realize you had 2 flex options.
Man,
I don't trust Kenny Galladay at all. I don't really trust him at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. I mean, Matt Stafford's terrible, but Galladay is really the only receiver he throws to.
And he's coming back from injury, whether or not that's going to affect anything. How long has it been out? Like 3 weeks ish?
No, 2. I think 2 maybe.
2 weeks.
I never play Galladay just because I hate Matthew Stafford, so I can't get on that train.
No, 4 running back wouldn't be a bad thing. Just depends.
Are you looking at any other quarterbacks? Like,
I have Matt Ryan in a GPP, and my season long I wouldn't use him. I have a little bit of Jared Goff mixed with Robert, or do I have him with anybody? I think I'm with Robert Woods a couple. Possibly Andrew Luck. I mean, that's a must-win for them. Yeah, I mean, it's the top. Like Mahomes, Roethlisberger. I have Goff, Matt Ryan. Aaron Rodgers isn't playing for anything. GPP-wise, you can go Derek Carr just because Kansas City's defense is terrible, but that's GPP.
I mean, the only other quarterback I would consider would, like, down here below, like, Allen and Foles would be, like, Lamar Jackson. He's only 5,600 on DraftKings.
Yeah, and he runs.
I mean, I would maybe play him in cash.
So if you guys are here on twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp and you're looking at the screen, actually, I don't have the right screen. Hold on a second. That would probably be it. On the screen now is the rankings I have. Now, this obviously went out a little bit earlier. We have 34 QBs ranked just because some of the backups are ranked. But if you want to see the actual article, I will link it in the chat here. Those are just some of the rankings. Obviously, a lot is going to change with who's in and who's out. So just be careful of that. I did see a question about what teams are in must wins. Colts and Titans both. The winner of that goes to the playoffs. So those two. Marcus Mariota was out. I guess Derrick Henry's deciding to actually be a running back now. So I don't know what you want to do with him.
New England. They're not like a must win, but if they want a first round bye, they need to win. The Texans need to win. Green Bay does not need to win, but they do need to get Devontae Adams like 150 yards. That's a pretty solid narrative this week. He'll be the first receiver to go. I think it's like 100. Let me see here. It's like 100, like 2,000 or 1,500, and then 10 touchdowns. I think it's 1,500. But yeah, I mean, Devontae Adams should get a lot of run. Miami, Buffalo, nope. Seattle's in a must win. The Rams are going to probably win. They don't have to, but they need to. Let's see. Pittsburgh, obviously.
Yep.
Minnesota, and Kansas City, and Philly, and let's see here, Baltimore too.
So hopefully that narrows it down a little bit for who's in. Thank you for the donation, Corwin. $4.99. Oh wow, we had a question. So you had Foles, Barkley, Carson, Hopkins, Evans, Jared Cook, Jamal Williams, C.J. Anderson, Seahawks, Galladay. PPR. God, why are you guys still playing this late in the season? It sucks. I don't mind that, Corwin. 4 running backs. Even if one splits it, you should still be pretty good. I feel. Guys, there's 32 people watching. Can we get 20 thumbs up on this video? We have 4. Let's get 26 more. So that equals 30. Bad commish. Yeah. I mean, Corwin, next year, if you want to join mine, it was $100 buy-in this year. There was, what was there, 10 teams? Yeah, there was 10 teams, and we paid out for the regular season, first 2 winners. So first and second place got money, and then in the championship, the top 3 in the playoffs got paid out too. So, and it went to week 16. So that's just for next time if you guys are interested next year, obviously.
So, are you interested in any of these cheap running backs? Like Brian Hill's down here at like 39. Let's see here. I guess I would consider Jeff Wilson Jr. at 44.
I've got him in 1, 2, 3 of the lineups. Yep.
Let's see, who else do we have down here? Zach Zenner is kind of interesting.
I haven't heard much about him all year, honestly.
Well, that's because he's like a third-string running back.
3rd, 4th, 5th. Yeah, with LeGarrette Blount being there.
I think they might hold Blount out today, and he's an interesting option.
Yeah, I don't mind him.
For some reason, I have a high projected ownership for Peyton Barber. I want to talk about this Freeman, this Royce Freeman situation.
Go for it.
Well, I wanted to get your opinion. Who do you like better? Do you like Freeman or Booker?
Probably. So, being not a Denver fan, but being a Denver fan last Monday night to win first place, Booker gets he gets the special teams. He gets the kickoffs as well. So he gets the kickoffs, and he was getting the passes and the runs as well. So Freeman would come in at like 3rd down. I would probably go Booker there. Now, are they going to change it because Lindsey's out? I don't think so. I think it's going to go Booker, who it was Booker's team at the beginning of the season. Him and Freeman, and then Philip Lindsay came out of nowhere. But
yeah, well, they said that that Freeman's going to be the starter.
Freeman's going to be the starter today?
Freeman is going to start, but Bill Musgrave said, quote unquote, Booker will get a bunch of runs.
I would still go Booker.
Yeah, I like Booker just because he catches passes, and I think Freeman's gonna carry a higher ownership.
Yeah, because people are going to see that Booker is out, or that Freeman's going to be the starter. So Booker's ownership should be a little bit lower. I would rather go Booker.
I wanted to talk about this New Orleans running back because honestly, I have no idea who he is. I know he's like
Washington.
It's Washington. I know he's like a power back, but like I didn't like I've never watched him in college.
He was with.
I just have no idea.
He was with the Lions last year, but he was the. Who was the other? It was Amir Abdullah, Zach Zenner, Theo Riddick. I think Washington was the fourth-string running back last year. I mean, he hasn't.
Oh, hold on.
He hasn't done anything.
Oh wow, sorry, man. They just ruled Davante Adams out.
So Davante Adams is now out?
Yes.
See, guys, this week sucked so bad.
Ow. I thought they were for sure going to try to get him those yards. Wow.
This is why week 17 is dumb, guys. Take it with a grain of salt. It kind of sucks, but we're here. So Davante Adams is out. I don't have him in any of the lineups. I was going to with the narrative you were going to give me, but now I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
What do we think about Darren Sproles?
He had a good game last week.
GPP wise, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. Let me look. I know he missed a bunch of time. I like the teams that, have something to play for. I mean, 3 catches for 76 and a touchdown. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen this week, but
I'm pretty sure Darren Sproles still takes the kickoffs as well, unless they changed it up. So that's even more points for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you
think about it that way,
if you're going to try to double dip with like defense and Sproles.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara, Ted Ginn, and Breeze are inactive.
So it's a mess everywhere for week 17, guys. So Mario, I would go I wouldn't mind Darren Sproles in a GPP. FanDuel, DraftKings, price really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I am looking, and this is definitely a crazy week.
Yeah. Don't play a lot, guys. This would be a week I would say if you want to get your fix, play a little bit. But
Kenny Galladay's out. Sorry, I know we had somebody talking about Galladay.
So Galladay's out, guys. It's crazy, guys. It's nuts out there today. But Bass Superstars Live, I got Ryan, Carson, Jamal Williams, Jones, Landry, Smith, Schuster, Hooper, Diggs, Jags. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Real quick, guys. Anyone who's here at the YouTube live right now, if you head over to twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp and you give us a follow there, that would be awesome. I don't know if my notifications are working. I hope they are. Also, if you guys have an Amazon Prime, you can subscribe over there completely for free, and it helps the channel out as well. Or if you are live here on YouTube, just like you guys saw Corwin do earlier, you can go at the bottom of the chat at the $sign and send a super chat anywhere from $1 to $500. Anything helps, guys. Anything at all. Just being here as well. If you turn your ad blocker off and you click just a bunch of ads, that helps as well, too. What's up, Eddie? Eddie's one of our those lifetime subscribers who won like, I don't know, didn't you win like $18,000 one day last year for NBA? It's nuts. So Eddie is back. Packer fan over here. I think it's for the best. I don't think I'm playing Aaron now. Honestly, yeah, this household's a Packer household as well, but there's nothing they're not playing for anything. I mean, is Randall Cobb. I mean, Randall Cobb, maybe, but I don't know why they'd play him as he was hurt all year. I don't know why they'd risk it. Didn't he come back on a 1-year deal too? So not really sure what that's going to do. Jimmy Graham's been worthless all season.
You want to talk about receivers?
Yeah, let's go receivers now.
If Brown's out, I'm going to lock in Juju in every single one of my lineups. I mean,
yep, I've got him. I think
yeah, in agreement with that. The next guy I'm looking at is like maybe Mike Evans. He's 7,700 for a couple lineups. Sorry. I was looking at these updates here. Fournette's out. Hyde's gonna play. Do you like Thielen or Diggs?
I have Diggs a little bit more, a little higher. I think it could probably go either way, but they seem to be double teaming Thielen a lot more lately, and that leaves Diggs open. And Diggs has been, I mean, in my rankings, I had Thielen at 11, Mike Evans at 12, and Stephon Diggs at 13. But I also had Michael Thomas up there, Antonio Brown. Obviously, these guys are out. It would just bump them up, but they're pretty much interchangeable on this team. Kirk Cousins go to either and feel confident in both.
So next guy I'm looking at is like Robbie Anderson. Like, how do you feel about Robbie today?
I've got him at 18. So if you bump that up, he's probably at like 14. So he's in the top 15. I don't mind him at all.
I think that Belichick's going to shut him down. I think Stephon Gilmore's going to pretty much shut him down, and a lot of people are going to be chasing those points from last week.
That's the big thing, guys. Do not chase points from the week before. It rarely ever works out, except if your name is Derrick Henry, apparently.
I'm looking at Calvin Ridley next. He's only 5,300 on DraftKings. He's a really interesting play against this defense.
Yeah,
he just has bad home road splits. He plays better at home, so I don't know. He's on the road. I just don't know how I feel about it.
GPP, I would. Cash, Julio's always going to be the cash play there.
I don't think I'm going to play Cobb. I don't think I'm going to play like Larry Fitz. Let's see here.
I do have Julio as the number one running wide receiver for me this week, though.
What if Brown's out?
What's that?
If Brown was out, would that change? Would your projections change to Juju?
I have Juju at not. So I have Jones, Devontae Adams. So Devontae Adams is out. Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins. Then I had Antonio Brown. He's obviously out.
Well, I don't think he's not out yet, but he
for the most part, yeah. I would not. It's a dog's tail. I would not put it against it. I still think Julio is number one. I love Julio this week. Now, I might be the only one, but I still love where he's at.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking down here, too. I'm off the John Ross train.
Yeah, I'm not there at all. He left the station a couple of weeks ago.
Yep. Zay is 4,000.
I've got him in one GPP lineup on the website.
I don't know how many people are going to play Aguilar, but
He went off last. It was between. I had him. I can't remember. It was either between him or Hamilton last week. Luckily, Deshaun Hamilton still won. I would have been upset. Aguilar was on the bench, but it was.
He just played like the week before. He played every single offensive snap except one. So yeah, he's only 3,800 on DraftKings. So he's a guy I am considering. I like this Miami Buffalo game, and if I stack up the Bills, I'm gonna probably run it back with Kenny Stills. I don't see I don't see anybody else catching passes. Are you looking at anybody else? Like, how do you feel about Bridgewater throwing to any of the New Orleans receivers?
I don't mind. If I was looking, if you guys have been like GPP wise, is it Tommy Lee Lewis or whatever, backwoods 3-name guys?
Yeah.
It just depends on who's going to get the passes there. It's kind of a mess. Let me see. Wide receiver wise, Tommy Lee Lewis on FanDuel is 3,000. Like, that's not bad, especially on. Oh no, that's DraftKings.
How much is Kirkwood on FanDuel? He's 3,300 on DraftKings. I think he would see the most targets out of.
You say he's 3,300 on?
Yeah, Keith Kirkwood.
He's 4,800 on FanDuel.
48. Okay. So, would you like Kirkwood or Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee's 4,600. So I mean, they're pretty much the same.
James Washington, we were talking about. If Brown's out, he's only 31 on DK.
Washington is 4,600 on FanDuel.
So that's pretty cheap for FanDuel, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I think I'll play like. Pretty sure I might play Washington in quite a few lineups if Brown's out, but we won't know until like 30 minutes before the game, if that.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of a cluster. Week 17. Hold on a second. I did see. What is it? Bass, you know Julio's cousin? I gotta sneeze. Hold on a second. I might sneeze. I don't know. Yeah, Walter, we talked about Ted Ginn. He's got is this probably his last what is it? I mean, is he in? Ted Ginn's in, right?
Hold on. That's what I was looking. No, Ginn's out.
So Ginn is out.
Ginn is out.
So yeah, it's 3rd, 4th, 5th string right there. Jacob Peyton Barber, he's actually got him highly owned.
Peyton Barber. Kyle Allen. God. I'm not touching Kyle Allen at all. Who are you feeling for tight end this week? I mean, I have my player pool pretty much as the top 3. Like, I got Kelsey, Ertz, and Kittle in my player pool, and that's it.
I've got Jared Cook in there a little bit because that's literally all Derek Carr throws to, and KC's defense isn't the best.
They're dead last versus tight ends.
Yeah. Cooks, I think this is his career year. He's caught, well, just looking at what I have for Wise. Let's see. Jared Cook, Kansas City Chiefs are giving up the most amount of fantasy points to tight ends. The over-under is pretty good. Cook has 65 catches on 96 targets. He's got 868 yards and 6 touchdowns. I have Jared Cook number 1. I love it. I do love Travis Kelce.
Whoa, man. You got Cook at number 1?
What's that? No, I've got him number 1 as in the fantasy points given up to the tight ends.
Oh, okay.
I've got just like on my screen, the defense or I've got Kelce 1, Ertz 2, Kittle 3, Gronk 4, and Jared Cook number 5. So pretty much the ranking's the same.
David asked, he meant Nick Mullins, but he said Tim Mullins. Nick Mullins and Kittle. I'm not gonna play any Nick Mullins.
Yeah, I would have Kittle, but I don't trust Nick Mullins enough to. On FanDuel, what is his price? I don't know why CJ Beathard's not starting. It's a travesty. Nick Mullins is 6,700. Nick Mullins is 6,700. No, absolutely not against the Rams. I know their defense.
He's 47 on DraftKings, but I'm not gonna touch him against the Rams. I mean, look at what he did last week against Chicago, which is a comparable defense to the Rams. He had eight DraftKings points.
Yeah, it's not. I would avoid. I've got a question on Twitch real quick. Which running back would be better, Rod Smith or Darius Jackson for Dallas, or none? Probably none.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play any guys in week 17 that are gonna split touches. James asked Ingram with Kamara inactive. Trying to look here.
39 views, guys. Let's get those thumbs up to 30. Go for it.
I thought that the Saints were going to keep Ingram and Kamara both out. I just don't think Ingram's going to get if he might get a couple carries. I don't know, maybe like 10 carries. Looks like Rod Smith is the starter today. But I'm like, in my player pool, I'm really just trying to focus on the guys that are going to get the most carries and the most opportunity. I mean, unless they're explosive, somebody who's like super explosive that may split carries or like a guy that catches a ton of passes, then I want to stick to the volume. I was looking down here, and how much run do you think they're going to give Adrian Peterson?
Did he sign a 1-year contract?
Because I'm looking at Thompson, and I mean, this could. I don't know. I don't know how many years he signed for, but
1. I like Thompson better.
Well, I mean, it could go either way. I mean, did you see Kobe's last game versus the Jazz?
Yeah, well,
it could be like a narrative like that where maybe this is his last game, and who knows. But I was just saying, I'm maybe looking at Thompson.
I think Thompson might get the bulk, but Peterson could break off like 2 90-yard touchdowns and have a ton of points. but it just sucks when they're not playing for anything. Split backfield, pretty much 50-50.
I think a lot of these teams are just gonna. I mean, there's only going to be a couple teams that might air the ball out. I think a majority of this week is going to be run the clock, chew the clock, give your running backs a bunch of carries. If you can narrow it down to those teams that are going to pass, then I think you're going to be in a good spot. And it's just crazy thinking about, like, I want to really like the Tampa Bay game and Atlanta at Tampa Bay, but it's just so hard to like it because you don't know you have no idea what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they'll play their starters. I mean, you look at last season, and I was looking at some GPP winning lineups from last year, like the Millionaire Maker, and Jameis Winston was week 17, and he was in the Millionaire Maker winning lineup at like 3% owned, and everybody paired him. Well, not everybody, but the winner paired him with Godwin at like 0.7, and I mean, they weren't playing for anything last year.
I have Godwin in 2 lineups. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind. It just depends what you guys – like week 17, we've gone over it multiple times. It's a mess this week. But, yeah, you got to think out of the box on this day. You have to find the low ownership. I mean, pretty much every week you do, but this week especially, just the way everything's really progressing. Big names are out this week, but you guys still want to play. There's a lot of things that can happen today.
The thing I'm banking on this week is people paying down for running backs that are going to like split carries. So yeah, they're going to pay down for those running backs. I'm looking at more of like mid-range plays that are going to get a majority of the carries. I think a lot of people are just going to go like stars and scrubs.
I feel like they are, yeah.
So, majority of my lineups, I'm looking at like staying mid-range with volume.
Peyton Barber, it might be. I don't think a lot of people will be on thinking in that same thing. They might, but they might move towards him. Blaze. What did you have him owned wise? What was his owner's percentage?
I think he's close to like 13 or 14%.
I don't trust Jaquiz Rodgers though. I wouldn't look. I mean, he's got he's been okay and he's had his games, but it maybe GPP wise, but there's no way you're playing Jaquiz Rodgers in cash.
They just base superstar just asked about Austin Hooper, and I'm not going to play Austin Hooper. We discussed this last week with Dan Quinn wanting to get the younger guys more playing time. Hooper ended up playing like less than 50% of the snaps. So,
yeah, I don't have any exposure to Hooper, and I also have Hooper ranked 8th, but that's not when. I mean, with tight ends, you kind of want to stay within the top like 5 to 6, especially this week. I do want to say real quick, if you guys have any interest, we've been absolutely murdering it on NBA this past week and through tomorrow. So through New Year's Eve, and I put this on all the videos. We're offering the lifetime pass on the website for $300 off for $100. So if you guys are interested, you just have to PayPal me. Support@dailyrotohelp.com is the email. Email me and I'll give you the PayPal information. That's if you want to get the lifetime pass. after tomorrow, it's back up to 400. So I just wanted to give you guys that option. So support at dailyrotohelp.com to email me and ask for the PayPal if you guys want that lifetime pass. Obviously, lifetime is lifetime. So what's up, in North Carolina Fire? Donkey, get out of here with that. Zach has, I forgot to ask you, I have Jeff Wilson to go along with McCaffrey, David Johnson, Lamar Miller, Adrian Peterson, Elijah McGuire. He wants to win. I want you to win the 4,500. So would you go Jeff Wilson? Does Jeff Wilson change your mind between the guys we talked about earlier?
Is it a PPR? Forget. Is it PPR or no? I don't know. Elijah gets all the carries. Elijah gets like 20 to 25 touches. He said standard. I would just go Elijah. The only way I'm playing Jeff Wilson is if it's PPR, especially against the Rams.
Yep.
The Seahawks already clinching the playoffs. I thought the Seahawks were in a must-win. Hold on. I'm looking it up here. Any other guys you like this week that we haven't talked about yet?
I don't really think so. I'm trying to look. I haven't talked about Sean Hamilton, but I got love for him since he won me $700. I don't mind Nick Chubb, but he's not a must play. Derrick Henry, if you want to go with, if he can do it again. I don't know if he's going to do it again. I think we've talked about pretty much.
If there's any week to like Derrick Henry, it might be this week. But, with Mariota being out.
Yeah. Who's the backup for Titans?
It's no. It's Deion Lewis.
No. The quarterback.
Oh.
Was it Matt Castle? Or am I thinking something completely different? Eddie Love, Chris Carson. James, Emmett, Mark, I would go Cobb without Adams. I don't trust Scantling. He hasn't done anything in the past 2 months.
Yeah, you look at what Scantling did last week, and you got to consider that was an overtime, and Aaron Rodgers threw the most passes that he has all season. So,
Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah. I think Carson's going to get a ton of work. Still. Adrian Peterson. I don't know. NC Fire asked about Adrian Peterson.
And we said, GPP wise, I feel that cash wise, I don't trust him enough.
Yeah, could go like a number of ways, man. They could sit him if they. I don't know if they plan on re-signing him. If they don't, they might just run him into the dirt.
Yeah, week 17 is think of week 17 like preseason. We didn't play any preseason DFS because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen.
T. Lee family asked about Mahomes or Rodgers. I think we're pretty. I think we're pretty good on playing Mahomes instead of Rodgers. I'm not going to play any of Rodgers with Devontae Adams out.
Yeah, we were looking to pair those two up, but they are out, so I would not. Zach, I am nice. Thank you. We don't currently. It's just fantasy basketball, football, baseball. I'm looking to do point spreads and I'm looking to do some betting, but kind of just it's not there yet. And I don't want to let you know. I want to let you know right now that's not part of what I have. So,
Blaze asked if Ben Juju was going to be most owned this week.
I could see that being the case.
I could see. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be pretty close between Ben Juju and Kansas City stack.
Mahomes, Tyreek, possibly.
What are you looking at? Winston or Allen in cash?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Allen a lot this week. But in cash, Damian, depending on where you're playing at, I mean, I think you got to probably think about playing Mahomes or Ben. I think they're going to be the two,
Yeah. GPP wise, I wouldn't mind Allen or Winston. Winston is a dumpster fire, but if he's going to go off, it for some reason is going to be week 17. Trevor, I feel like Jamal Williams, yes.
Mahomes is going to sit the second half. I don't think so. This is a must win for the Chiefs. I mean, unless they're up like 30 points on my Raiders or something, then he might sit.
That's pretty easy to do on those Raiders.
Hey, we're playing good in December.
Well, good, not good enough.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Who was asking about the cash quarterback? Damian, I think you gotta. Yeah, I mean, the point in cash is, they're Jameis and Allen are kind of like more like GPP quarterbacks.
So real quick, guys, yeah, go for it.
No, I was just saying. I mean, the point of cash is to kind of roll with the field on like these highly over-owned plays. You know what I mean? Like if Mahomes is going to be like 20% and Ben's going to be 20%, I mean, there's no point. I mean, you got to play one of those two, in my opinion. Yeah, Ben's good in December. Stay in the Flames with Robbie Anderson. No, I'm not going to play Robbie Anderson. We talked about that earlier. I think Belichick's going to shut him down, and Gilmore's going to play pretty solid coverage against him. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, GPP maybe, but being in a cash game, I wouldn't in a cash. No. But we do have. There was something else I saw. Where did I see it? Kendrick Bourne or Valdez Scantling. I'd go Bourne over that. I just don't trust Scantling enough. And I do have Bourne in one lineup. Top running backs for website like Drafters. Jesse, if you're so twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp, you can see my rankings here. Obviously, with Zeke being out, he's gone. Barkley, I think, is number 1 on Drafters. Kamara's out. Gurley's out. Connor's back. I don't trust him enough. I think Barkley's going to be your number 1 running back. It's tough out there, especially Drafters. McCaffrey, but we're not 100% sure how much he's actually going to play. Hopefully it's a lot. Melvin Gordon's going to play. Is Dalvin Cook out? Did I read that? Did I read that correctly? Or is he in?
You said Melvin Gordon?
No, Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook's playing. Last I saw. No, I can't play. Like, I can't play McCaffrey. Like, Ron Rivera is like questioning himself on whether he should play guys like McCaffrey. I can't play. I can't pay 9,100 to like for like a quarter or something. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna play. I'd rather just lock in Saquon.
Yeah, I think Saquon's going to be the number 1. Looking at that, yeah. So Jesse, it's a little bit different for drafters. Take the best you can get. This week, I might play the $1.10 Sunday Splash with $128 to first place, with no pricing there. Or no salary restriction. That's probably what I would do. GPP dropping Hooper for Gerald Everett. GPP, I guess, but with tight ends, like we've said, I think Cook might be the top GPP if you're not going out of the top 3 with Kelsey, Ertz, or Kittle. Jets versus New England stack. I don't know. I don't like that.
Not in December. Not when the Patriots need to win.
Yeah. So real quick, guys, since we do have 57 people watching here on YouTube, I've put it in the chat, but I'll do it again. A couple things. Twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp. You can actually see my screen, what I'm talking about, instead of just my face. So you can, if you've got questions, we've got the rankings up, and you can tell me, hey, let me see the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Those are up. You can also give us a follow over there. You can also, on twitch.tv, you can subscribe using Amazon Prime, which is completely free for you. It helps out the channel. Or here on YouTube, if you do subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Since we only have 21 thumbs up with 57 people watching, you can also send a super chat if we've helped you out. So the little $sign below the chat, if you want, that does help us out. So Devin Funchess is actually out now as well for Carolina, which I kind of figured he'd play because this is his last year. But
I'm not touching anybody on Carolina.
Yeah, no, I just thought he'd play. No, the quarterback situation.
No,
if there's one person I would touch, would be McCaffrey, but we don't know what he's going to be doing.
Bourne, Jeffries. You mean Alshon Jeffrey? I don't know.
Godwin Hamilton probably. For cash, Godwin Hamilton.
Funches can take a hike. Damian,
someone tell me you hate Carolina, just the entire team. Maybe the state. Nick. So Nick is from, if I recall, you're from Australia. So it is currently like, isn't it like 4 a.m. Monday? He's in the future. Nick is in the future. So tell us who wins. Let us know who wins the game so we can build those lineups, Nick.
Oh, that's great.
Stephon Diggs. Yeah. I don't know if Cooper is going to be playing or doing much.
Damian S. Tampa Bay stack at low ownership. And we were just talking about that that stack that worked out week 17 last year. I don't know. I think my top play is probably going to be my top GPP play is Josh Allen. I just can't not play him this week. I mean, we were saying earlier, Miami struggles against rushing quarterbacks, and when he played him in week 13, he was quarterback 2 on the week, and he didn't even have that great of a game. And I kind of like Foster with him too. I don't know if you saw last week, Foster dropped like an 85-yard touchdown pass. He lost it in the sun. So if you,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many. Let me see. Last week was like by far one of his worst games of the season. And I mean, he still got you 14. Well, no, he had a couple bad games prior to that, but in the past like 3 or 4 weeks, that was by far his worst game. And I don't know, I just like him a lot this week.
So Nick sees the future. Teddy Bridgewater is going to lead the Saints to a 42-7 win. That's the future. Nick, if you get that score correct, I will give you a lifetime pass to the website. If that is the score. I know it's not going to be. So it's a win-win for me. But let's see. Yeah, Zeke is out, Kamara's out, Galladay's out, Devontae Adams is out, Antonio Brown still holding out hope. Mariota is out. Hilton looks like he's going to play. James Conner is going to play. I mean, a lot of big names are out this week, so just be careful when you are building your lineups that you're, pay attention. Because a lot of people probably drafted or put in their lineups Devontae Adams, and he came out of nowhere, and he's gone. He's done for the day.
Damien's asking about Chicago Bears defense, and kind of discussed that earlier. I'm not gonna play any Bears because I think that the Rams are going to be up at halftime, and I think that Matt Nagy's going to look at the score, peek at it, and I think he's going to sit his starters in the second half. That's what I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like that's probably accurate. I don't – for the teams that don't need – like for the teams that already lock stuff up, you don't know they might play for a quarter and that's it. They might play for a half. You don't want to get hurt. Week 17 is a stupid week. I understand. Next week, guys, there's only 4 games. So – a lot of our information for next week is going to be limited. But next week we'll know for wild card weekend, these guys are going to go out. I mean, it's going to be a lot of chalk next week. This week, anything can happen. Eddie, top 3 running backs. Barkley's number 1. I like Melvin Gordon and James Conner. Pittsburgh needs to win. Whether or not they're going to air it out all the time, I don't know. Zeke is already out. Kamara is out. Gurley is out. Fournette is out. Jamal Williams is an intriguing play, especially with Devontae Adams being out if Aaron Rodgers doesn't air it out the whole time.
You just covered my top 4. I got in that order. I got Saquon, Melvin, Connor, and Williams.
So, guys, anyone who is live here watching us, and like I said, through tomorrow, through the New Year's Eve, we're offering the lifetime pass to Fantasy Team Advisors for $100. It's normally $400. We're taking $300 off. If you have any questions, you can ask Eddie. Eddie is a lifetime subscriber. He is in the chat. You can ask what to see. We offer cheat sheets, matchup tools, optimal lineups, mix and match with, videos, articles, a lot of things. If you do want that, email me, support@dailyrotohelp.com, and say, give me your PayPal. It's $100. Send that, and we'll set you up with an account. If you do it soon, you'll be able to get the NFL this week along with the NBA. So obviously we do NBA, NFL, MLB, hopefully golf in the future. I did golf a little bit. We did okay, but just FanDuel, the way they do it, it's stupid. So if you have questions about lifetime subscriptions, Eddie can answer it for you. I'm going to go get a drink of water real quick. So can you answer some of the questions in the chat while I go get some water?
Yeah. I just had a quick question for you. Ray Allen's jumper. What do you think on that? Because I think it's, in my opinion, that answer to me is like pretty clear.
Wait a minute. What was did I miss something?
It was to replace Zeke, David Johnson, Chubb, Samuels, T.Y., Robbie Anderson.
I thought you actually were asking me about Ray Allen's jumper. Like,
no, that's the guy's name.
Very confused. Okay, that's the name. I was like, I don't know. Hold on.
It's pretty clear to me. DJ, Chubb, Samuels, T.Y., or Robbie Anderson.
I would have to probably go David Johnson there.
I would have to lock in T.Y.
T.Y. is not 100% yet, but you can also wait because T.Y. is the game tonight. But if T.Y. is for some reason out of nowhere, there's nothing else to go with. So that's the only problem I see.
And then definitely Deshaun Watson. He asked Watson or Rodgers.
I wouldn't go Rodgers. Rodgers is out for me.
Favorite value running back. All right, I got you.
Okay, I'm going to go get a drink of water real quick. Guys, we're starting to end it. We've got about 10 more minutes of the show left. If you have questions, we're going to hip fire them real quick. So I'll be right back.
Trevor asked favorite value running back. God, there's a ton of value today, but we were talking about Booker earlier, and I think Booker is a really interesting running back as far as GPP goes today. And then you got, a lot of people are going to be gravitating towards Washington for the Saints. But yeah, my favorite GPP is Booker, and then I am going to, part of my strategy this week is I'm going to stick to the mid-range guys that are going to get all the volume and not the value guys. Vikings defense, definitely. Hopkins or Julio? I like Hopkins. He's got a tough matchup, but they got to win this game. Booker over Barber? Yeah, in GPP, yeah. I think Barber's going to be 10% owned or somewhere around there. What Trevor asked what are your favorite value running backs? Because part of my strategy this week was just picking mid-range guys, and I studied the lineups last year that won, and a majority of them were just a lot of mid-range guys. So that's the strategy I'm using again this year with all this value coming out. I think it's gonna spread out down there, and a lot of people are gonna go stars and scrubs. So this mid range is gonna be pretty low owned.
Yeah, Jamal Williams, Chris Carson, Elijah McGuire, Darren Sproles, maybe. I don't know his price. I assume it's probably down a little bit.
He's 4,400.
Yeah. Jeff Wilson out of nowhere. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about him, but I think Jeff Wilson could be in a good spot. Devontae Booker, Royce Freeman, I think Booker over him.
He said, or Barber.
Booker over Barber. I would go Booker. Yeah. To me, yeah. NC. That's what I myself, I would.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we got about 7 minutes, guys. CJ Anderson, I don't mind him. I think people are going to be chasing the points from last week, though. Will he be able to repeat it? I don't know. Hopkins or Julio? I'd go Julio. I have Julio as the number one wide receiver this week.
McGuire, I said Hopkins.
I think I have Hopkins number 2. Let me see. Well, I have Hopkins number 4, but with Devontae Adams, I have him number 3. I still love Julio, but it's pretty much 1A and 1B there. The price, if the price wise, whatever the difference is, if it's not much, depending on what you're playing on, they're pretty much interchangeable. But I love Julio this week.
Yeah, I mean, Julio obviously has a better matchup. I play, I'm playing GPPs, and Hopkins has 40 to 50 point upside. So at like $400 less and less ownership. So that's kind of the way I lean towards. But if you're kind of looking for a safer play, then, Julio.
Let's see. Tevin Coleman and Jarvis. Tevin Coleman, who's the third string running back that had a good game last week for Atlanta? It was
you're talking about Brian Hill.
Yeah, Hill.
Yeah, and we mentioned him, and he was just like super overproductive. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna get 100 yards on 8 carries again.
That would be chasing points. I don't mind Tevin, and if you want to do it, Landry. Yeah, I don't mind him.
Jarvis, Landry, Tevin Coleman, mid-range volume play.
You're at the game. It's not bad. Hopefully, you had good seats.
I'm not a big Coleman fan at all. So he's not even in my player pool. I have Sony Michel projected for more than him. Chris Carson, Jamal Williams, Connor, and I mean, I would probably stop at Jamal Williams for mid range.
Yeah, I have Tevin Coleman. I don't even have him in the top 15. And that was before everybody was out and all this news. So is there a chance Rodgers sits? No. I don't think so.
Hold on. Is that a question? Humphreys or Evans? Like Mike Evans?
I'd go Mike Evans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Evans, Cash, Humphreys, maybe GPP, but Humphreys hasn't done anything productive per his price range for weeks. He's actually screwed a lot of people over.
I go Evans, Cash, and Evans, GPP. I just prefer Evans in that whole situation. So, man, what the last couple minutes here, what is your top GPP stack?
So looking at it,
did you just want to do a lineup on FanDuel real quick?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Okay.
So we'll build you guys a GPP lineup. We usually do that. Deshaun, yeah, I like Barkley. I don't know Bass for GPP. I don't mind that.
I don't know if
that's Ridley's a lot.
Do you think Barkley will get a full workload? I don't know if he's going to get a full workload, but I think they're going to go out there and let him try to impress. Evan Ingram or Gronk? Oh, man. I would say Gronk in that situation over Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
I would. So while you're so look at the questions. I'm going to build this lineup real quick for you guys.
Okay. Brandon Cooks, Robbie Anderson, or Rod Smith, pick 2, half PPR. Well, Cooks and Anderson, 2 wide receivers. I don't know who's going to be in the third down passing role for the Cowboys. I mean, they're Rod Smith and the backup, the third stringer, they're going to split carries. I forget his name. That's how good he is. Did you start Rod Smith or Booker? Oh, man. Jenkins, who would you start, Rod Smith or Booker? I just like Booker this week. I mean, a lot of people are going to be playing Freeman because he's going to start. And I just think that Booker is a good pivot. Watson. Allen over Deshaun Watson. Is that what you're? Hold on. 21. Deshaun Watson. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the totals here. 23.5. I mean, they're pretty close on. They're pretty close on totals. I would just go. I mean, on DraftKings, I would just go Allen as a GPP guy, unless you want to pay $600 more for Watson. I don't know. It just depends on whether Jacksonville feels like playing or not. Kroom for the Bills should be an okay play. He's okay, I guess. I mean, my tight end player pool is really it's the top 3 this week. It's Kelsey, Ertz, and Kittle. That's all I'm playing at tight end.
All right, I got a lineup, guys, real quick for FanDuel GPP. So if you need a paper pen, FanDuel, pop that up. It is GPP. If you win $1 million with this, please give me $10 or $1,000. It doesn't. Yeah. I'm cheap. All right. So I'm trying. I used a lot of the information we built throughout the hour and a half we were here. I'm trying to get ownership a little bit lower. But here's what I've got. So I've got QB of Josh Allen. I think the consensus is he's in a good spot for this. He also can throw it, but he also runs the ball. My running backs, Dwayne Washington, super cheap. Again, this is FanDuel. Dwayne Washington and Jamal Williams. My wide receivers, I've got Tyler Lockett because I just love his matchup here, and he can run a 99-yard touchdown return. Mike Evans, I think we're under the understanding he's both cash or GPP this week, and he's got a great matchup against Atlanta secondary. And Juju, because I would not be surprised if Juju ends this week as the number 1 wide receiver. along with Ben throwing to him. Tight end, Jared Cook, just because he's going up against Kansas City, who gives up the most amount of fantasy points to the tight end. Flex, Saquon Barkley, we talked about it earlier. Even if he doesn't get a full workload, he still should get everything he needs in the workload that he gets. I wouldn't be surprised if Saquon goes 120 with 2 touchdowns. And then my defense is Seattle, just because Arizona's bad. So real quick again was Josh Allen, Dwayne Washington, Jamal Williams, Tyler Lockett, Mike Evans, Juju, Jared Cook, Saquon Barkley, and Seattle's defense. So if you win a lot of money, come back and let me know.
All right. Let me put my DraftKings together here, and I'll let you answer the questions, then we can kind of wrap it up here.
Any last questions? Record-breaking game for Barkley. I love Barkley this week. Yes. Ricky's. Did you answer Ricky's Cooks, Anderson, and Rod Smith pick 2?
Yeah, I answered that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we are caught up. Sony Michel or David Johnson? Probably. Did you answer that one?
No, I didn't.
As much as both of them there, I think Michel could be in store here. Because when he is on, he is on. David Johnson as well, but I would rather have Michel, not against Seattle's defense. Jermaine Gresham, no, I don't like him at all. Is there any other people you have, Jay, between those two maybe? Again, guys, if you have today through tomorrow, we have the lifetime pass for $100 instead of $400. So you get $300 off. So if you're interested in that lifetime pass, email me support@dailyrotohelp.com and I will send you the PayPal information. Send $100 and we'll get you set up with the account. If you guys are interested, after tomorrow, it's $400. So I'm just letting you know right now. I've been in a good mood since it's Christmas time and winning first place in the league. Also, I haven't shouted out yet, but I don't know if you're watching Destry, but Destry won the Fantasy Team Advisors season-long league. He won the prize for the first place in the regular season and first place for the championship. So congratulations. Runner-up was Thompson's boys, and third place was Omar something. Omar Mariota. His name's Ryan, actually. Traquan Smith. I haven't seen if Traquan – I don't know. I'd rather – if there's other options, probably not Traquan. If Jones is out, I guess for GPP wise, but I don't have exposure to him. One o'clock only. Okay, he's got the GPP for DraftKings real quick, guys.
I was thinking about changing quarterbacks since you stole my thunder with Josh Allen there. So I got Allen, Carson at running back, Booker running back, Robert Foster, Juju, Zay, Kittle, Evans, and the Ravens defense. And that was, again, if you guys didn't hear, it's Josh Allen, Chris Carson, Booker, Foster, Juju, Zay Jones, Kittle, Mike Evans, and the Ravens defense. It's a good 1 o'clock only D. Spencer Ware or Williams if both are at. Who said it's questionable? I think they're both going to play.
Yeah.
I don't like either of them.
I think there are other options out there today.
I mean, they're Damian Williams is a good running back, but I think they're going to split carries, and I just don't like. I don't like paying for running backs that are going to split carries. And the only reason I'm going Booker is he's going to split carries, but I think they're going to be. I think it's going to be a lot higher ownership on Freeman. And you said Booker returns. He's special teams guy too, right?
He was last week a ton. Should be this week. I don't see why they would change it this week.
Hopkins versus Ramsey, yeah. Hopkins hasn't done a whole lot against Ramsey in the past, but who knows if the Jaguars defense is going to show up.
So we're about to wrap up, guys. Again, like I said, if you're interested in the lifetime pass, support@dailyrotohelp.com is the email, and I will send you the PayPal. But let's see. Anyone for Baltimore-Cleveland game interesting? Baltimore's defense.
Yeah, Baltimore's defense. Jackson's okay too, I guess. I mean, if you're out of money and you want to run Jackson in a GPP, I got Jackson projected at like right around where Rivers and Foles are going to be, and where Rodgers was going to be if he played, but now that Adams is out, I think he gets a little downgrade.
All right, guys. That is going to wrap it up. Wildcard weekend next weekend is a Saturday, 2-game Saturday, 2-game Sunday. Probably shoot for Saturday. I don't see why we wouldn't. It's just going to be a very small slate, very small week. The plan would be Saturday. Would be my plan. I do want to start going live with him for NBA. I think tomorrow might be good. I can't guarantee it yet. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm supposed to be doing anything tomorrow afternoon off work. So we'll keep you posted. Definitely follow us on all social media down below at advisors_team. I can tweet out if I'm going to go live, if something's happening. NBA video is live on YouTube already for today. We've been absolutely murdering it with NBA, 350 plus the past, I think, 3 or 4 nights. So go check out the NBA video, which you can just go to our videos here on YouTube. Be a subscriber. But yeah, twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp if you want to give us a follow there as well. That helps as well. So that is all I've got. Do you have anything to add at the end, or are we good to go?
No. The only suggestion I would make would be with bankroll management this week. Don't get too crazy with it. You know, it's week 17. Crazy stuff happens.
Yep. Week 17's nuts, and it will be that way this week. Good luck, everybody playing. Hopefully, we helped you out a little bit. If we did help you out, all I ask is you just kind of shout us out on Facebook, Twitter, social media. Give us a follow everywhere. Subscribe if you have not. Any little bit helps, guys. So good luck, guys. That's all I've got.
Yep. Thanks. Good luck, everybody.
Peace out, guys. Good luck, guys. If you do dominate, let me know.